The fifth event of this season's Sunshine Ladies Tour took the golfers to one of the most scenic parts of South Africa for the Cape Town Ladies Open. With stunning backdrops and picture-perfect vistas, it's no surprise it's one of the most popular stops on tour.
Obviously just the beauty of Cape Town, everywhere you look you got the mountain and it's blue skies, and we had fantastic weather the last 2 days, and we've been down here since Friday and took a little holiday, so really just enjoyed kicking back and relaxing a little bit.
It's not just the scenery that's stunning. One of the most historically important clubs in South Africa, Royal Cape, played host to the event, this coming shortly after the club celebrated its 130th anniversary. A top field assembled in Cape Town, including two-time winner already this season, Leanne Pace, as well as one of the other favourites, Ashley Simon. They both made solid starts to the event, but they were upstaged by Ivana Samu. The 17-year-old amateur seized the first round lead thanks to a 6-under par 68. That number was under threat early on day 2 as Lorette Maritz made a move. After opening with a 4-under par 70, she followed that up with a second round 73 to get to 5-under par. While her touch on the greens was impeccable, Carrie Park was showing off her skills from the fringe as she chipped in en route to a level par 74. Winner of the Ladies Tshwane Open a week earlier, Monique Smit was just a shot off the pace heading into the second round. After an opening 68, she struggled to get going on Thursday. Pace was having no such problems. She showed deft touch on the 7th to set up a very makeable birdie putt. Despite the pressure from Pace, Samu was also moving in the right direction, the Ramsig golfer knocking it close for a birdie on the 5th. Melissa Eaton had made a solid start to the Cape Town Ladies Open with a 3-under par 71. She began her second round with a bogey and an eagle in her first 3 holes. Rebecca Hudson from England was 3-under after the first round. She turned in 2 over par on Thursday, but began to find her range on the back 9 with her approach here at the 11th. Meanwhile, Pace was putting the squeeze on Samu as she poured in her birdie putt on the 7th. Hudson knocked in her birdie on the 11th, while 2 more birdies on the way in saw her sign for a 1-under 73 to sit at 4-under after 36 holes. Simon was 3-under through her first 6 holes on Thursday, but would have been disappointed with not taking advantage of the par 5s, with a birdie, a bogey and a par. Pace continued to roll in birdie after birdie, this one on the par 5 11th to move to 8-under. Smit was also enjoying the Royal Cape greens as she picked up a stroke on the 7th after a fine approach set up the straightforward birdie. Eaton got to 3-under for her round on Thursday, but dropped a shot on the 16th to sign for a 2-under 72, 6 shots off the pace. Simon turned in 3-under par after 4 birdies and a dropped shot on her front 9. The 11th was the first chance for her first birdie of the back 9, set up thanks to this approach.
You have to be pretty accurate off the tee here, and the greens are rolling so nicely that if you got it within a certain area around the hole, you could put a good stroke on it, and that's what happened today. I put a lot of good strokes on putts, and they just went in for me.
That was her birdie on the 11th as she moved to 9-under for the tournament. Pace briefly joined Simon in the lead with birdies at 14 and 15, but dropped a shot on 16. She signed for a 4-under 70 on 9-under par.
Obviously, Leanne's a great player. She's leading the chase to the Investec Cup, and if I keep doing what I've done the last 2 days, I should have a chance, and just have to keep making putts because that's what it'll end up being between the 2 of us, I think.
Simon got to 12-under, but a costly 3-putt bogey on the last dropped her to 11-under. Still, after rounds of 69 and 68, she enjoyed a 2-shot lead heading into the final round. Friday's final round of the Cape Town Ladies Open promised much, with glorious conditions greeting the golfers at Royal Cape. Ashley Simon might have had a 2-shot lead heading into the 3rd round, but there were a number of hopefuls lurking a few shots back. Melissa Eaton, who finished the second round 6 shots off the pace in a tie for 6th on 5 under, tried to make a move early. 3 birdies in her first 3 holes quickly closed the gap. Rebecca Hudson also took advantage of the good scoring conditions. After dropping a shot on the second hole, she quickly got back into red numbers with birdies on the 3rd and here at the 5th hole. All eyes were on the lead group though of Ashley Simon, Leanne Pace and Nora Angern. Simon made a slow start with the putter completely cold, a 2-putt par here at the 3rd. Bertine Strauss had begun the Cape Town Ladies Open with a 74, but followed that up with a second round 69. She opened her final round with 2 birdies in her first 5 holes, the second of those here at the 5th. Pace signalled her intentions early with the birdie on the 3rd as she moved into double digits under par and within striking distance of Simon. Hudson continued her charge on the front 9. Her 3rd consecutive birdie came courtesy of this approach on the 7th hole as she turned in 3 under and 7 under in total. Ivana Samu had come off the boil in the second round. The first round leader had rediscovered some of that magic with an eagle on the 3rd, a birdie on the 4th, and this fine sand save on the 5th. Stacey Bregman had been quiet for most of the tournament, but the defending champion showed glimpses of the sort of form that took her to the title 12 months ago. Monique Smith was aiming higher than that and after 6 consecutive pars, finally rolled in a putt for birdie on the 7th as she turned in 7 under par, 4 off the pace. After her birdie on the 3rd, Pace had to wait 4 more holes before another. She rolled through the green with her second at the par 5 7th, but managed to up and down from there to get to 11 under par and grab the outright lead after Simon dropped a shot. Eaton had come up short here on the par 5 11th. Not to worry though, her short game set up a straightforward birdie putt. 2 holes back, Pace had missed the 9th green to the left. She managed to up and down though to turn 2 under for her round and 11 under in total. Back to the 11th and here's Eaton knocking in her putt for birdie. With Pace threatening to run away with things, Simon needed this putt on the 9th to pull level with her playing partner. She duly obliged and with just 9 holes left, Pace and Simon were tied on 11 under par. The chasing pack were hot on their heels though, led by Eaton. After another birdie on the 12th, more fine work from off the green set up another look at birdie on the 13th, which moved her to 10 under par. Having made the turn, Pace responded by pulling clear on the 11th. Pace drew first blood with another birdie on the 12th. Up ahead to the 14th now, Marie Botel was beginning a strong push to the finish line. This, the first of 3 consecutive birdies, as the Spaniard signed for a 73, ending on 6 under and in a tie for 9th. Back to the 11th and a 2-shot swing in proceedings. Following Pace's birdie, Simon lipped her attempt for par and all of a sudden was trailing by 2 with 7 holes to play. Samu was also coming to the end of her round. She finished with a flourish though with birdie on the 16th as she ended on 8 under and in solo possession of 6th place. Despite mounting the best challenge, Eaton was running out of holes. There was time for one more push as her pinpoint shot into 18 set up a birdie opportunity. Back at the 16th, Simon was also trying her best to close the gap. Despite nearly holing out for eagle, she 2-putted for par, her 5th in a row since the dropped shot on 12. Ahead to 18 and Eaton's putt for birdie. She posted the clubhouse lead after a stunning 69 propelled her to 10 under for the tournament. However, it was Pace's to lose. Another birdie and a 4-shot lead with 2 holes to play. Up ahead on 18 and Samu was wrapping up her round. A 4th consecutive leading amateur finish, this time ending on 8 under par in a tie for 6th. Pace appeared to be in trouble on the 17th, but this fine escape from the greenside trap set up a tap-in par. After struggling with the flat stick, Simon finally converted a birdie opportunity on the 17th to get to 12 under, but 3 back of Pace, who barring serious incident on the 18th, could enjoy a leisurely stroll to victory. After finding the left-hand side of the fairway, she knocked her approach close to set up another scoring opportunity. Simon finished in style, backing up her birdie on 17 with another on 18. The 3-3 finish saw her sign for a 72, ending on 13 under. Pace provided a grandstand finish as she calmly drained her birdie on the last. It was her 7th of the round, a flawless 67 that propelled her to a 3-stroke victory. Pace finished on 16 under par, with Simon claiming 2nd, Eaton bagged 3rd, with Hudson and Smith settling for a share of 4th.
I was actually chasing this one because I'm trying to win as many in a row as I can, and it was tougher than all the rest. Ash was right in there playing awesome golf, so I really had to put a big effort in today, and just really happy to be winning also in Cape Town, where I live in the Boland, so awesome to be home and have my family and just playing in front of everybody. But I think the chase is going to be tight. Missing a few events soon, and Ashley is playing fantastic golf, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
As the City of Cape Town, obviously our objective is to always support initiatives that will market the city as a tourism destination. And for our 2nd year, we obviously supporting this Sunshine Ladies Tour and the support of professional women's golf.
With Pace collecting her 3rd victory of the season, she passed the 1,000-point mark on the chase to the 2016 Ladies Investec Cup standings. That's a wrap then from the 2016 Cape Town Ladies Open. Don't forget to join us next time for the Dimension Data Ladies Pro-Am from George.